I'm surprised to see, because you've done this before. Like, what are you doing here? I'm going to show you a quick hair and makeup thing, but before I get started doing that, I want to explain recitals real quick so everybody understands, because a lot of times we put those packages up and people go, I have no idea what show I'm in. If your child's in a beginnings class or a 4 to 6 year old combo class, ballet jazz or ballet jazz tap, they are in the Loudest Roar, which is the first show that's at 11 o'clock on Saturday, June the 9th. If they are pretty much in any other class, they are in one of the I Love New York shows. We run 2 I Love New York shows.
But I saw that, excuse me.
Sure.
My daughter's in a beginners, but it's a ballet, jazz, tap, 4 to 6 years old, and I saw her in the New York one.
She is she's the one that does with Chris, takes class with Chris.
She used to take it with the other lady who got sick.
With Miss Denise
Yes.
on Saturday. Are you in the chef dance?
I honestly don't.
I'll look at the end.
Because I saw it was like 4 to 6 months, it's 4 Monday, and it was ballet, jazz, tap.
There were 2 exclusions to that. One is Mr. Chris's class and one is Miss Denise's class. But I'll look with you and just make sure on the way out. Do you know what she is? Do you know what her costume is? Have you gotten the costume yet?
I'll let everybody, I really don't know anything.
That's
I haven't
okay.
been paying attention. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know.
We'll check on the way out and see.
Okay.
Because I bet she'll know. Those kids are pretty good about, I'm a tiger, I'm a cat. I'm not. Whatever, so we'll check on the way out. But for the most part, there are a couple of exceptions. We had a couple of teachers that did I really want my child in this class in the second show because they're, even though it might be a 4 to 6 year old class, it's all 6-year-olds. Or in Chris's case, he had a 5 to 7 year old class and they were just a little advanced for 5 to 7 year olds. So he put them in the second show as well. So it happens occasionally. They're completely different shows as well. Our 11 a.m. show, The Loudest Roar, is an actual story. The kids are all characters cast in the story, and it'll be an entire story in and of itself that'll be on. Then our 2 afternoon shows, our We Love New York shows, are thematic. Everything somehow fits into the We Love New York theme. If you have questions about which show your child's in or where they are at the end of the class, we'll go out and grab the schedule and I can come all down for you and get you rehearsal times and all that good stuff. But I'm going to go over how we run them very briefly, especially The Loudest Roar, because for a lot of you that are in The Loudest Roar, it's your first recital and it's run a little bit differently. When you come to check in for dress rehearsal, which is on Friday, June the 8th, you will be directed to a classroom dressing room at West Springfield High School where you will leave your child with assistance. Part of the reason that I like doing a separate children's recital, in addition to the fact that for them I like it to be very low stress and all about them. And it's hard to do that. Sometimes they get lost in the context of a bigger show. Especially our little 3-year-olds tend to get lost sometimes in the context of a bigger show. So I like that to be separate, so it's an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, it's just about them. But also because our big kids, most specifically our competition performance company, are available then. They're not dancing themselves, and they're available during that first show to help us run the show. They are exceptionally service-minded young women. They have been doing this, a lot of them, a million years. Olivia is 11 and already been in 5th year, 12, sorry. 5th year. Yeah. So a lot of them have had experience from this from the time they're very, very young, and they're very well versed on how to do hair, how to do makeup, how to get kids calm before they dance, how to change costumes. They're very well versed at it, and they're available and helpful for us during that first show. So when you drop your daughter off, and we will run dress rehearsal, just like we're going to run recital, you'll drop your child off in the dressing room. You are going to have them in their costume already. They need to already be in their tights and their costume. Before you drop them off in the dressing room, you're going to take them to the potty. Because if you don't, as soon as you leave, 10 kids are going to go, I have to pee. And then you've got assistants have to pull everybody's tights down their costume. Even if they win at home, take them again. As soon as you get to the auditorium, just makes it easier on our assistants that way. You're going to drop them off in their dressing room wearing their costume. Several of our little people have 2 costumes. If you're a flamingo, say some flamingos. If you're a flamingo, you've got double costumes. If you're a parrot, you've got 2 costumes you're worried about, or at least you've got parts, different parts, a tutu to take off and a different skirt to put on. So if that's the case, if your child's got more than 1 costume, you're going to have your little loudest roarer in their first costume outfit of the day with something on over. I recommend a big t-shirt or a mom's or dad's button-up shirt that you can just put on underneath it. And the point of that is that we don't want the audience to get all the characters before the show starts. We don't want to give away the story yet. So we try to keep them covered up where the audience can see them. When you drop them off in the dressing room, you are going to leave them. You're going to check their name off. The assistant in the dressing room is going to check their name off on the list, make sure they have everybody there, make sure you're in the right room, and you'll leave them with the assistants there and go ahead and take your seat. You will not come back to get them again until the very end of the show. If they have a costume change, the assistants will take care of that for them. We have an elaborate system on how we make sure everybody's stuff stays together and all that good stuff. So you don't have to come back. And we actually ask that you not come back after your child has danced at any age, even if you're in the second 2 older shows. It is really difficult as a dancer to be in the second to the final routine of the day and come out on stage and there'll be 12 people left in the audience because everybody else has already taken their child and gone home. And it's not fair to that second to the last class to dance of the night who have worked just as hard as the first class did. They deserve to dance before a whole audience also. So we ask that regardless of what show your child is in, if you can possibly stay through the end, and we certainly understand sometimes things happen and you just can't be there, and that's okay, but if you possibly can, please stay through the end. With the little kids, it's imperative that you stay through the end. If you have to take your child for some reason, you need to let me know that before we get to the recital, or you need to let one of the stage managers know that day. We don't want parents to go into the dressing room, because if one little girl gets taken, 30 other ones start going, I want my mommy, and it's mass chaos. So if nobody goes, it's okay. I promise you that if your child has a problem for any reason, I will come get you. We will make an announcement, whatever we got to do to make sure that you get with your child. We will not leave them backstage upset or hurt or anything else. We'll make sure that you know, but if you could leave them there, that would be great. So you've got your first costume of the day on if you're in the loudest roar. You're covered up. When you get to the auditorium, you have a seat, you come back and get your child at the end. That's all you need to know about dress rehearsal. Everything else we take care of for your child. If you're in one of the second 2 shows, I recommend that you have your hair and makeup done already before you come. If your child can go ahead and put her tights on, that would be great at home. Put those on ahead of time. That makes life easier. Any undergarments, if you're an older girl and you have a specific bra that you have to wear for your costume, put that on ahead of time before you come. Do your hair and makeup before you come. Older girls can change into their costumes in their dressing room. We ask that they not wear their first costume of the day to the auditorium, but they bring it along with them. So if you're in the second show, come in your plain clothes, maybe your tights, hair and makeup done. You can certainly, if you have hair accessory, go ahead and put that in. First show, you should come in your costume.